Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and here I am in the United States of America. I spent 4 days in New York City, and this is what this video is all about, although right now I'm in Tennessee. I am visiting my girlfriend, she's from here, and I'm going to spend a month here with her. However, while I was in New York City, I had a chance to go around Manhattan. I was staying in Brooklyn, and I went to Manhattan every day. And of course, one of the things that I wanted to do as an Italian was to try New York style pizza. And I tried in a few places, but of course the most important one in New York City, I believe, or at least the most famous one, would be Lombardi. Lombardi's is a very famous one. It's mentioned also in The Punisher, if you've seen that, and I'm a big fan of Marvel movies, of course. So without further ado, I'm going to give you my opinion as an Italian of New York style pizza. Hey number one, so here I am on my way to Lombardi. I need to try it. I'll give you my honest opinion, number one, on what I think of New York best pizza. So let's have a look or a taste. Do what? Upon entering to the popular restaurant, I was presented with a copious amount of weary travellers, a reasonable number of indigenous waiters and servants, and despite my blatant desire, I was told that I needed to queue, and was given an ingenious device. How will this little device inform me that my time has come, I wonder? Will it beep? Will it vibrate? Will it explode? After spending the better part of an hour looking at rather bizarre inventions aimed at dealing with the local climate, I was asked to swiftly follow one of the servants, who led me to my table. Upon my arrival, I found myself greeted by tremendously bizarre spices coming from faraway lands, and bricks, red bricks, bricks everywhere. I like the bricks. Let's wait. And here it is. It's one moment. Okay, so what is my opinion, my complete and detailed opinion about New York pizza? But I'd like to compare it first with Italian pizza, and then we'll compare it to pizzas in other countries, because of course I've tried pizza in Czech Republic, I've tried pizza in Japan, I've tried it in Switzerland, in the UK, and therefore I do have an overall understanding of foreign pizza as well as I have of course, Italian pizza, including Naples, which is Italy number one. Alright, so generally speaking, I'd like to say that my experience eating at Lombardi's, so of course I'm mostly speaking about New York pizza because that's an important thing to say. You can't really say American pizza is all the same. If you go to Chicago, and perhaps even if you go to California, pizza will be different. The only pizza I can speak about is the one in New York and in the places that I've tried. And I tried, of course, Lombardi because that's the most famous historic places, so I thought it was right to go there and try it there. And then I tried some random pizza slices somewhere in Manhattan, in other places in Manhattan. But if you do know of other places that you think I should definitely try to have a better idea of how American pizza and what American pizza tastes like, then please let me know in the comments below. So New York pizza compared to Italian pizza, well, it very much depends on what sort of Italian pizza we're talking about, because if we compare the pizza I had at Lombardi with low quality Italian pizza, because of course that happens as well. If you go to a random place, perhaps it's a bakery, they don't specialize in pizza but they also have pizza, then I'm gonna say Lombardi is gonna be better. So generally speaking, the New York style pizza that I've tried in New York will be better than the low quality Italian pizza that you find in Italy. However, the moment you reach medium quality, then Italy already wins as far as I'm concerned. And if you compare it to top quality Italian pizza, so Naples style, whether it be Naples style that you can get in other regions or actual Naples pizza in Naples, then there is absolutely no comparison. Top-notch and best level, best quality Italian pizza is definitely a completely different level. What is the difference then? Well, one of the main things that I see is the texture of the dough and the overall consistency of the dough. So Italian pizza tends to be very, very soft, whereas the pizza I had in New York, yes, it was thin, similarly to Italian pizza, but it had a sort of a crunchy feel to it. And when you cut a slice of pizza, a sort of triangular most common way of eating pizza, then it keeps its shape when you pick it up. Well, that doesn't really happen with Italian pizza, particularly in the Naples style. When you cut a slice, a triangle, and you try and pick it up, it will collapse because it's very soft under the weight of its own mozzarella. So you might think, how is that a good thing? Well, it's a good thing because we very much like the softness of the dough, and it's just the way it's done traditionally in Italy. Although I do understand why that it might be actually a choice the pizza places make in New York, because if you think about it, the general typical New Yorker is in a rush, he needs to get to work, he doesn't really have much time, he doesn't really sit down and eat, it just takes something that he can eat as he walks and perhaps waves to a yellow cab and whatnot, and therefore the idea that a slice can actually keep its shape as he's eating it makes sense in that very context. But in Italy, in particularly slow-paced southern Italy, where you have all the time in the world, that's not an issue. And if you do wish to just take a slice of pizza and walk, then you can still do it, because what we do in Italy is that we fold it into and eat it. That's the standard way everywhere. And in Naples, actually, they fold it twice, so they do 1 and 2, and they call it the portafoglio style, which actually means wallet in Italian. It's a typical way of eating it in Naples. So there are ways around it, maintaining the softness of the dough. The tomato sauce in Italy tends to be sweeter, particularly if you go to Sicily. It will get to a level of sweetness that might be off-putting for some of you. It depends, but generally speaking, Italian tomato sauce tends to be sweeter. I noticed that the tomato sauce that I had in New York had some sort of spice to it, and I couldn't identify the exact ingredient, but it did have a more spicy taste. It had a different taste. I don't know if they put garlic in it, but it did have different consistency, and therefore, even from the tomato sauce, I'm going to say Italian pizza absolutely wins. And then the quality of the cheese is where the main difference is. Yes, it's mozzarella, but mozzarella, there are so many different ways to make mozzarella. And one thing that I noticed is that when I eat mozzarella abroad, it tends to be drier. The mozzarella that we eat in Italy, it's full of milk, particularly if it's buffalo mozzarella, like the one that you get in Naples, because in the region of Naples they have buffaloes. And basically, the moment you like push your fork inside a Naples mozzarella, it will release milk and actually fill your plate. So you can imagine that when you have that sort of cheese on your pizza, it's very different. It has a completely different taste. The level of quality is very, very different. So overall, it's not bad pizza than the one in New York. That's what I would like to underline here. I enjoyed my meal, and if I'm hungry and I'm around there in Little Italy, I'm definitely going back. Although I gotta say, Lombardi was particularly expensive. I mean, $22 for a small margherita is overpriced, although I do understand that you're also paying not only for the ingredients, but also for the popularity of the place and the fact that you're eating in the heart of Manhattan. So yes, you're paying for all of that as well as the actual food. But apart from that, I would go back. For the taste itself, I would go back. So I had an enjoyable meal. I'm not saying that New York pizza is rubbish. It's good, but it doesn't compare with top-notch or top-quality Italian pizza. But what is your opinion? Have you ever had Italian pizza in Naples, and how does it compare, in your opinion, to New York pizza? And what sort of pizza is your favorite? Do you like deep pan or do you like thin crust? Well, let me know in the comments below. Well, I think American pizza, or the pizza I had in New York, was definitely better than the pizza I had in Czech Republic, in Prague. It was better than the pizza I had in Swiss, and definitely better than the pizza I had in the UK. Now, I know that in England, there are places where you can go and eat pizza made by actual Italians, but when it's not Italian restaurants, which tend to be rather costly, pizza is normally made by pizza places that are run by Pakistani people. And to be honest, I'm sure Pakistani people can make really good Pakistani food, but don't let them handle the Italian cuisine because they don't know what they're doing. That sort of pizza is terrible. It's burnt, and the cheese is all burnt. It's black. It's absolutely not. But one place that I think gets pizza even better than New York is definitely Japan. Japanese have an interesting way of copying. They're really good at copying things. So I noticed that what a lot of people do in Japan, they go to Naples, live there, learn how to make the pizza the Naples way, and then they go back, open up a pizza store, pizza place, a pizzeria, and they even order all the ingredients from Naples. That of course, there's a big kick to the prices, but it's really worth it because the Japanese version of the Italian pizza is the closest I've ever seen. It's still not as good as the original pizza you get in Naples, but it's pretty good. So I'm going to say Japanese pizza is number 1 as foreign pizza, but New York style is going to be number 2. Alright, noble ones, well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Many more videos to come in the following days and in the following weeks. I'm going to stay here a month, as I said, and I hope that you enjoyed and you find this video interesting. And if you're not yet members of this community, please subscribe to my channel for more content from the Metatron. And remember, the Metatron has spread his wings. Goodbye.